I think I have the right thing. I'm nervous about getting this wrong again. I'm a mess today. Alright, let's see. Loctera, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hello, hello, hello. And welcome in, Talon. Good morning. Good morning. Happy, what day? Friday. Happy Friday. Friday's a good day. Alright, hang on a sec. Let me make sure that I've got everything going here. you just turned in. Perfect timing. Alright. Yes, 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 and Discord. Yes. More or less. Why does it still have the old thumbnail? I don't know why it has the old thumbnail, but it does. But that's okay. Hello, hello. I'm glad you're doing fine. I'm glad. It's a good day. It's a nice chill Friday, right? Squawk to you too, Talon. Oh my gosh, I was trying to get the title right on IRIAM, right? But I guess they don't have the they don't have enough emoji. They don't have the updated emoji. So I tried to use the emoji of the crow and the and I think it just did like Robin plus black square equals. Hello, hello, Vessa, even Seahero, welcome in, welcome in. It wouldn't let you join? What do you mean it wouldn't let you join? Eh? Who's stopping you? Who's at the gate? Who is stopping you at the gate from joining? I tried to title it appropriately and it just wouldn't work. It was taking me to your page. That's so weird. Eve got banned? If Eve was banned, I don't think she'd even be able to get to my page. But it's lovely to see you guys. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. I'm glad you're here now. IRIAM's probably being a little glitchy, but I haven't changed anything. Sorry to vent. Have not eaten lunch. Too busy for work, even though I'm at home. Just feel everything I do is stressful. Ugh. I'm very sorry to hear that, Sierra. But I'm hoping that, oh man, I know, if you're working from home, it's like hard to get time off. Ugh. I hope that you can at least take a little bit of time during the weekend for yourself. There's a ghost talking to us? What? No, nothing happened. I mean, I don't think anyway. In a Minecraft server, I steal a lot of, I steal a lot of human stuff. Okay. Kenneth, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How's everything going? Happy Friday. I'm hoping that people are able to sort of relax. I know that not everyone is on the same schedule. Like, you know, I'm a freelancer. I work from home, so I'm like, I don't really have a weekend. I exchange my 9 to 5 to work 24/7, as they say. But I know some people have different work schedules. Some people don't have weekends, or their weekends are on their Mondays or whatever. But regardless, I still hope that you're having a good day. The star is now the color of off-guy. I noticed that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Guess what, guys? Cumulatively, among, like, all the different founding streamers, we have over 8 million stars. 8 million stars! Can you believe that? Good day now, Starlight stream? I'm glad you think so. Happy day off? Oh, that's good to hear, Kenneth. I just need to know when to take lunch breaks. I feel people rely on me too much. Thank you for the yay, Eve. Yeah, 8 million stars. It's crazy. I can understand that, Sihiro. If you are working IT, then you never really know, like, when something is gonna spring up, right? And I know you probably don't want to, like, eat at your desk if possible, so... I understand that. I wish I had a better answer for you, but I hope you're able to get a break. I appreciate you being here still while you're working. I do, that means a lot to me. But yeah, I definitely hope that you're able to grab a break soon. You work at a solar plant. Oh, that's cool. Vessa, was showing solar stuff off earlier, solar panel stuff. Very, very cool technology. I actually have a friend who works, who used to work really, really, far into solar. And we have solar here too. So that's really, really cool. In a work meeting? Be careful, Eve. Please be careful. Don't do anything. Don't do anything that gets you in trouble. I don't want you to get in trouble, please. Looking forward to the exotic animal con at the end of the month. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Eve, please be careful. Please, please. I can't tell you what to do, but I will say to be careful, please. What was Lillian, hello, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're doing well. I know, if you, okay. you have your own life, you can do your own things. But if you were younger and say that you were watching me in school, I would do the Ina thing. I would do the Ina thing. There's a clip of Ina one time and someone's like, "Hi, I'm in class right now," and she's like, "Go back to class!" I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, Lillian. Happy Friday. Is it whack? Yeah. Go back to class. I can't control the things I say, Vesta. I can't control the things I say, especially when it's live. I don't really talk well live, if you haven't noticed. And then you go to McDonald's and you have a VTuber? What? Wait, what? What? What does that mean? McDonald's with a VTuber? Happy Friday, no suggestions on what to draw. Want to drop in and say hello. Well, I appreciate you dropping in and saying hello. It means a lot. Where's your food? A VTubers? Eh? I'm very confused right now. You know what? Considering that all the fast food things have, like, you know, the order menu stuff, it would actually be fun if it could be done with VTubing. I think in Japan they do that in a lot of convenience stores. A VTuber delivers food. Well, we'd have a little bit of trouble with the delivery part. But if we can keep you company, then that's good. I know that in Japan, in the convenience stores, there are some VTubers that help customers check out, and they can sort of, like, chit-chat with them while they're shopping. It's very nice. VTuber Dash. McDonald's mascots? It would be very cool for VTuber food mascots to take your order. I think that would be fun. I mean, there's already, like, McDonald's commercials with anime girls, and I think it would be really fun if they used that or something. And they're also doing a lot of promotions lately. But I don't really see the McDonald's mascots being good VTubers. I'm not the biggest fan of those character designs. Now, Wendy's being a VTuber, I definitely support that. I'm actually really surprised we haven't had that yet. Have I played a Flash game on PC before? Yeah, I know the era of Flash. You never get your order if you're being helped by the hamburger clerk. True. FaceTime VTuber? I'm a little confused by that. Wendy could work. Yeah, I would love sassy Wendy VTuber. Does the McDonald's mascot have more of a retro 90s design? So I don't blame you. I'm just not a fan of, like, those mascots in general, and I think there's a lot of mascots that are just as old, if not older, that just have a better design, in my opinion. First time you met Iron Mouse? That's really cool. Wendy as a VTuber would have the most savage bad-mouthing ever. Oh my gosh, can you imagine Wendy as a VTuber and she's just, like, judging your order the entire time? She's like, I can't believe you How would that even work? I don't know. Somehow she would know if you didn't order from Wendy's. I don't know how, I don't know where that would occur, but there'd be, like... No, you would go into a Wendy's and you would ask for an order and she'd be like, you haven't been here in a while. Where else have you been? That would be amusing. Kind of scary, but amusing. Trying to say that they met Iron Mouse in the projector in the convention? I did the same thing with Amelia Watson and Gura. That's really fun. That's really cool. I haven't done any, like, FaceTime convention stuff, but that would be really cool if that ever happened. I'd be up for that. Because I don't see myself, like, going to a convention anytime soon. But I would love to just, like, chat at a convention, you know? Let's turn this down a little bit. Music is always jumping volume. But yeah, that would be weird. That would be crazy. But it would be funny. That would definitely be funny. Using a projector? I don't... Wait, you guys said FaceTime, right? FaceTime doesn't use a projector. This summer, I'm gonna meet Sayu at the anime convention I went to last year. Heck yeah, that sounds fun. Please don't tease Monarch with him too much. Give him a little bit of leeway. Give her a little bit of leeway. Newbie Reaper, hello, welcome in. How's everything going? Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good Friday. Why is this always off? This audio level's always off. You've seen Cinder? Heck yeah. That seems fun. Cinder seems like a cool person. Cinder, does a lot of, like, in-person events, fully as herself, which is really admirable, honestly. Bully everyone. No! Oh my gosh, poor Sayu is going to get the same question, like, 10,000 times. Think they're trying to say they're meeting them through the projector? FaceTime's another word that they use too. It's not a projector, though. Projector would be like Hatsune Miku, right? Because FaceTime is more like, well, it's like, you know, FaceTime. It's like a Zoom call. A projector would be more like a Miku thing. Cinder also sang at Off-Kai too, which one clip of her being there became viral for- Oh, yeah, I saw that. But yeah, I do hope that the meetup goes well. I hope you have a lot of fun. Man, I'm gonna have to be real careful in the coming months because, I'm gonna get so much convention envy. It's gonna be hard. You guys are gonna have to help me. You guys are gonna have to help me get through the convention envy, because I think it's gonna be a little bit rough. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be a little bit rough. I keep saying that I want to, go to conventions, attend conventions, but it's just not feasible at the moment. So when that kind of stuff rolls around, I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need you guys to distract me, basically. I'm gonna need you guys to basically distract me from it. Because there's so much FOMO. Especially in the summertime, like, you know, convention season, there's so much FOMO. Action, hello, welcome in. Have to drop out for now, chaotic day planned, oh dear. Don't be envious, Starlight will hold her own convention with blackjack and hairs. I see what you did there. All the best, Lillian, all the best. Should not talk about my experience at the convention with you. I mean, I can't really relate, you know? It's fine a little bit, like, I'm not gonna stop you guys, but, like, just know that I'm gonna have a lot of FOMO. I feel like that's normal, though, right? I feel like it would be normal to have FOMO in that situation. Nanashi, hello! Welcome in! You ask a burrow full of chaotic rabbits to distract you like that is going to be a Looney Tunes episode. Okay, you bring up a very good point. Was I summoned for chaos? I don't know at this point. It's fine, I'm not going to the convention either. Yeah, I really want to, you know? It's something that I would love to do. It's so high up there, you know? It's something I used to be able to do. It just used to be more doable. And it's just not anymore. Where is it? There's a lot. There's just a lot of different conventions. I'm just talking in general. Whenever I see my favorite reptiles, YouTuber going to a local con super duper close to where I live, I get the FOMO to the extreme. Yeah, exactly. Where is Off-Kai? Off-Kai is in Cali, I believe. Blank, hello, welcome in. Yeah, it's in LA. And it's like, I've done I've been there, I've been to LA once, but it wasn't for, like, VTubing and anime stuff. It was for, like, career stuff. So it was very different. It was a lot of fun. But that was sort of like a one-time thing, and I could kind of write it off, you know what I mean? It's like, I can't write it off in the same way. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm just not in that position. I want to be. I want to be someday. I really love the convention space. I know it's not for everybody, but I'm an introvert, and yet I still love conventions. I love the vibe of conventions. I love the vibe of, like, events. Okay, this is a funny thing, right? Even if I wasn't, going to a convention for something I liked, I just like the vibe of, like, meetups and like exposition and expo centers and the whole like hotel and booth setup and everything. I don't know. There's something I like about that. I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the merch side of me. Maybe it's the super commercial side of me. But I just like the vibe of expo centers and cons and things. Would I like to go to a large reptile convention? Yeah, sure, why not? I just like cons and expos. I like the vibes of them. SLR, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Nice to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Starlight, I'm a prismatic kitsune. I hope you're having a lovely Friday. You had your wedding in Las Vegas, not the Elvis Presley as a bishop or whatever, but the civil marriage. That's cool, that's cool. Yeah, I guess it's Business Fox. It's not just Business Fox, though. There's something about, like... There's something about the environment. I totally get that. It's a nice place to be around super enthusiastic people celebrating their passion. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I like fairs, but never wanted to go to cons. Interesting. Isn't, like... Well, a con is, like... usually indoors and usually dedicated to a certain theme. A fair is more like an amusement park, right? Like a theme park. Would you go to an aquarium? It's a little bit different, right? Lucky that I live next to a flea market where they sell a variety of stuff, and it seems like a convention every weekend to anime, to exotic animals, etc. Dang, yeah. There's some people who... I mean, yeah, I would go to an aquarium in general. I'm just saying, it's a different vibe. It's a different feeling. There are some people who live so close to so many events. There are people who live, like, they're able to get to events so easily, you know? As comparing to the reptile thing, I guess with, like, the reptile thing, it's, like, it's a bunch of enthusiastic people all, showing off and encouraging things. Whereas, like, an aquarium is sort of a year-round, exhibit type of deal. But I know that there are aquarium conventions. I'm waiting for a fair ride to be made in Japan that's a roller coaster featuring Truckoon. Oh, jeez. I can imagine that. Depends on the fair. There's a variety of stuff and big ones. Ah, that's true, that's true. Like county fairs, right? County fairs have a lot going on. A lot of different booths and things, the petting zoos and stuff like that. The aquarium next to me also has birds and reptiles. I love the kind of animals I love the most. How is that not a zoo? If it has birds and reptiles and fish, like, you're getting really close to just, it's basically a zoo. We're finding the aquarium tickets as we speak. I didn't say I didn't like aquariums, I said it was different. Yeah, I love the big county or state fairs. Yeah, I think those are cool. I like event-type stuff. I like event-type stuff, and it's usually very out of reach. But the rare time is really, really nice. And out of all the event-type stuff, I think I just like conventions the most because it is the closest aligned with what I have, passion for, you know? I mean, that's the thing, is like, a convention is a very niche, nuanced form of a fair or an aquarium. In a way. I guess more like a fair. Like I said before, aquarium is like, it's set year-round, a zoo is set year-round, but when it's like an expo or a convention or a fair, people are coming around for a very specific, limited event, and they all are there because they love and are very passionate about that thing, which I think is really cool. It's in... My god. The difference in audio is gonna kill me here. It's indoor, they don't just have fish, but large gardens, reptile, amphibian, and bird exhibits, and have large trees growing out inside the building. Oh, so it's like you've got a garden exhibit too. It's like a little miniature trip through the rainforest. Last aquarium I went to had reptiles and birds and butterfly gardens too. It's like 90% was animals, but others were local stuff. I think it's like conservation. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I feel like it's weird to call it an aquarium though. I feel like it needs another name. I feel like that's okay, if you're talking about like reptiles and birds and butterfly gardens, in my head, that is closer to a science museum. That is closer to like an overall science exhibit. If I hear aquarium, I don't think about butterflies and birds and gardens. So I think the wording is a bit strange. But no mammals, no large mammals like a zoo, then it's more like a science center, right? It's an aquarium with lizards at the front. Get over it. Excuse you! Jeez, okay, maybe I don't want to go to the aquarium. Never mind. Jeez. Never mind then. I'll just go to the conventions. I'm fine just sticking to the conventions if I can eventually afford them. I would like to do a convention booth someday. I just don't know how feasible it is, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. It would be fun to just, to sort of be, like, doing meet and greets and stuff. Won't lie, I do wish I could buy con merch. I know, right? Everyone gangster until you see the fish on your side of the glass. What? How does that even work? I don't understand what that means. Do you mean, like, if you're stuck in the aquarium? I don't really... Yikes. Fishy petting pool? I don't really think that's the same thing. I mean, as long as you're not in, like, as long as you're not in a tank of piranhas, I guess. Maybe they meant the fish are flying everywhere in the aquarium. I have dreams of that, actually. You have dreams of flying fish? Like the horseshoe crabs you can pet? Yeah, but then you're not on the other side of the glass. That's a very different concept. I still need to post that horseshoe crab. I did a mascot design recently for somebody. I did a Skeb style mascot, and they wanted a horseshoe crab design, and I need to post that. I need to better at posting the work that I finished. Because it's like, yeah, I'm an artist. Oh, what have you done so far? I do a lot, you just haven't seen most of it. Hello, Dino Duck, welcome in. I see you're new to IRIAM, so hello. I hope that you're having a lovely time on IRIAM so far. My name is Starlight, I'm a prismatic kitsune, and happy Friday. There's way scarier fish than piranha, sadly. I'm sure there are, I just don't know of them or care to know of them, frankly. I will stay either on land or in the sky, thank you very much. I'm not the biggest fan of the vast, unknown terrors that is the ocean. Definitely not a water fox. The oarfish, I learned that from Animal Crossing. The indigenous people thought that they were a bad omen. Yeah, I saw that. I saw there was, like, some kind of tiny oarfish that got washed up, on some shore recently. And a lot of people were freaking out and thinking that it was a sign of bad things to come. But I think it's more like people just haven't been able to photograph if an oarfish ends up on land. And nowadays, everyone has phone. I like ocean and deep sea scares even me a lot. I mean, it's a valid fear, right? Fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown and inability to breathe in the unknown. Jake, hello, welcome in. Nice to meet you. Hello. But yeah, I just... TLDR, I hope that people enjoy convention, but I hope that someday I am also able to enjoy convention with you guys. I think it would be nice. I keep looking at convention merch and wishing that I could do conventions. They're mostly from the deepest parts of the ocean. They'd be reasonable for people to think that. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, anglerfish are definitely scary. Too many scary ocean things. Too many scary ocean things that look too much like outer space things. It's funny, right? Because like you've got your celestial fox here, you've got the lunar bunnies, and then you've got like the celestial realm, and then you think about outer space, and it's like, no, we don't touch that. We go from one end to the other, and we skip over that entirely. Can't wait to add fish to the pond? Heck yeah, that sounds like it'll be nice. You know how many stars you got on your debut? I do not. And the reason is because I did not have a normal debut. I did not have a normal debut on IRIAM. It did not go the same as everybody else's. So, no, I unfortunately do not know the answer to that. That's gonna haunt me forever. That will always throw me off. That will always, like... I'm always going to overthink that a little bit. I'm always gonna be like, you know, what would have happened if that hadn't happened, you know? I don't know if it would have made much of a difference or not. And it's one of those things where I'll never know, so it's not worth, like, fretting over it too much, but it's always just gonna be in the back of my head, you know? Yeah, it very much did. It was a bad times, yes, exactly. It was a bad times. The thing is why we think they're aliens. They're species that's lived way longer than us, so their appearance becomes more primeval than most animals in the ocean, above the ocean. Hmm? Can I possibly get you to a higher star milestone? I don't know, honestly. I don't know. There's way more viewers on IRIAM now than then, so I don't think it made a difference. It'll always be hard to tell. It'll always be hard to tell, because, you know, everyone is sort of like... Debuts are such a thing in VTubing, so it'll... I don't know. I think I would not be wrong to say that there are probably people who tuned in, saw all the problems, and have never returned. Yeah, no, I think we're doing alright now. I think we're doing alright. We just do our best to support. Thank you, Eve. I appreciate that. And Thumb is healing up. Good. Let it heal up, please. Like 3 people, maybe? I don't know. I'll never know. And that's okay. It's okay. It's just, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, because of the way that everything was done ahead of time, because of all the planning and stuff, because of all the work that they had us do, it was, you know, it just has a different vibe to it. Yeah. I didn't know IRIAM was a thing back then, sorry. No, please don't be sorry. Please don't be sorry. I'm actually a lot happier if you've discovered me after all that, because that means you probably wouldn't have run away and given up. No, I'm actually really happy with the people who are in the community now, who got to meet me after the fact. Because I had a rough time in the first, I would say, week or two, I would say. Like, the time when everyone is supposed to, sort of be at their strongest, you know, get all of their notoriety out then, I basically missed the boat on all of it. So if you're here now, and you didn't experience any of that stuff, and you're, like, just supporting me, when everything is finally the way it should be, then I appreciate that, and I'm very happy about that. I found you through YouTube, so I only know the stories. Yeah, those are the dark times. Fun fact, that's when the Thunderbird first struck. That's how the Thunderbird got introduced. That is the origin of the Thunderbird. Same here, not just a technical problem of VTubing, had a bit of drama, but that's behind me now. I'm glad it's behind you. I'm glad it's behind. Seems like a lot of people had a hard time after debut from what I saw. I think that everyone had a little bit of a hard time. Mine was a little bit unprecedented. Thunderbird was main villain back then. Side villain now? Wait, who's the main villain? Who's the main villain now? I don't really think we need another villain, frankly. Also, thank you so much for the stars, guys. I really, really, really appreciate it. But please don't go too overboard. Don't hurt your thumbs or anything. And my debut, it started with me losing my model and having to restart VTube Studio. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Eve. Yeah, I do think it's a rough thing, like, in all VTubing in the beginning, trying to sort of, like, sort out the scuff, right? In my case, it's more like, not good for it to be on a new platform. You're representing this platform. Building up to their reveal? Okay. That's a little bit ominous. Thunderbird is a canon antagonist, no rhyme or reason, just on the grind for the love of the antagonist game. No, you guys already know about the Thunderbird. I don't know what Vess is talking about. I'm a little nervous. I feel like we do have a few antagonists. Thunderbird is probably the most thorn in our side at the moment. Thunderbird camera debut. The dragons, the goblins. There's quite a few creatures. Alucinari is still not the still not the friendliest place. If you think that's rough, I was in the middle of a collab stream, had a potato laptop, and it gave out on me so bad I had to make a second part for the VOD. At least you were able to make a second part. I know very little, admittedly, about enemy lore. No worries, Nanashi. No one really does. Eve just has a good memory of things in passing. You asked who the main villain is now? We're in the peaceful build-up art for the season's antagonist. There's so much I need to build on, it's not even funny. There's so much I need to explain. Are you saying you didn't have a second part to your stream? No. I just straight up failed the stream. So I guess you could say I had a second debut. I did a re-debut through Twitch and IRIAM, and it was extremely scuffed, but it was at least something. I'm having fun, so I remember. There you go. There's the lore you write, and then the lore that writes itself. I think most of it has written itself at this point. You'll see the villain tomorrow when we do the costume contest. Spoilers, it's all of us. Oh yeah, yeah, I was mentioning that on Twitter. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, but you would like to join the Discord, this is the last day to submit any ideas for the costume contest. And tomorrow, essentially, I'm going to be going over all the entries because Vessa is compiling them into a lovely little presentation for me. And I will be reacting to them on stream, and I will, I'll narrow them down, and then one of those designs, I'm going to put myself into an art piece. The antagonists were the swarm of bunnies you've gathered. I still like all the bunnies. They can be a bit chaotic, but that's okay. No answer to who? What do you mean no answer to who? I still need to set up a sketchbook in there? Nanashi, just to give you a heads up, I got rid of the sketchbook thing because I think that people were getting a little bit intimidated by having the sketchbook and the gallery forum. So we made it so that the work in progress channel is like just a free-for-all work in progress channel. And then the gallery channel is a forum because it's more for like your nice finished pieces that you want to show off. So don't worry about the sketchbook, because it's now just a regular work in progress channel, so you can just post in it to your heart's desire. And then when there's like a really nice fancy thing, then you can basically have a forum that is like a nice archive of everything. Look at the last post, you should try and guess who put what entry in, but no knowledge as to who. You want me to try to guess? I can try to guess, but I don't want to be told if I'm right or wrong. One thing I was thinking that would be really fun that I'm excited about is, I want to try it, kind of do it Shark Tank style. Like, not actually Shark Tank style. I don't want you to pitch me your ideas. I want you guys to, like, comment on why any of the ideas would be good. Like, it doesn't have to be yours. Actually, probably best if it's not yours. And I just want you to, like, try to sell me on these. Because I saw this video last week, and it was by Failboat, if anybody knows the streamer Failboat. And Failboat made it what was it? He had this like commission death battle, right? He did this event where all these ideas like were on this tournament board and got narrowed down more and more and more. And one of the events in the tournament was a Shark Tank style thing, and the chat had to try to make arguments for why one idea was better than another. And I think the ideas were Goku playing Balatro versus a giraffe with a sword. Did you really Are you admitting one of the ones that you put in there? Why? But I thought that was funny. So it had like it was even funnier because like the guy Failboat didn't know what Shark Tank was. So he had he actually set it up like with a fish tank and a shark, and then chat in the fish tank. And then they had to, like, justify their responses as they're drowning in the fish tank. It was funny. It was very well done. It was very creative. So I'm not gonna throw you guys in a fish tank, but I do think it would be fun if we did something Shark Tank style, where you sort of, like, gave arguments for why one idea was good or not. No Hank Hill, don't worry. Okay. But, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that would be fun. I think it'd be fun to sort of have, like, to hear what you guys say about it. And if you've not joined yet, if you've not yet joined the Discord, you can get to the Discord with me, through my YouTube channel, and consider subscribing to the YouTube if you haven't yet. And we're gonna be on YouTube and Twitch tomorrow doing that, and it'll be a lot of fun. I hope, anyway. And X? Wait, what do you mean, and X? Let me count how many we have now. Oh dear. Mainly, I'm just advertising to see if anyone else wants to join the Discord. Yeah, I did post the Discord invite there, but not as many people have X as they do YouTube. So it might be easier to get there that way. I used to try to get people to go through Twitter, but I think it's easier for people to go through YouTube. I'm kind of nervous how many we have. But that's okay. Did I... That's a typo, right? That's a typo, right, Vesta? Yes, it is, sorry. Okay. I was gonna say... How? How? How is that even possible? How is that actually even possible? How many... I know I said that people could, like, submit as many as they wanted, but, like... How? We don't have... Don't look at me, I only did, like, 3. I'm scared. Who put in, like, 30? Someone must have put in, like, 30. What the heck? Did someone just make it, like, their pastime every time they saw a character? I forgot to submit mine, I'll fix. Oh dear. Vessa, I'm sorry if this is a lot of work on your end. We had like 10-ish people submit, so each person submitted that many multiples? That's crazy. That's wild. You guys are wild. You guys are definitely wild. I almost feel bad for narrowing it down that much now. I almost feel bad for narrowing it down that much, because now we're gonna have to go from almost 40 down to 1. How am I gonna do that? Sugamori, hello, welcome in. And Dual Thrones, hello! Nice to see you, hello! Welcome in. We have to make it an even 40? This is crazy! I've come with a question, actually. Ask away! I do not call for a... Have one big prize illustration and runners-up are tiny sketches? Maybe? Maybe. Well, like Bakadoodle style? Bakadoodle the runner-ups? I'll consider it. I might consider it. Did you see what's already submitted? I'm not allowed to look. Can I give you a song to cover? I don't know what genre you like, so I don't know what to suggest to you, because if I suggest something to you, you might be like, wow, Starlight, that is the dumbest song I've ever heard. Anything works, I do instrumentals? Instrumental cover. I haven't even watched this anime, but I was listening to the Spy Family opening. That's a pretty good one. I don't think anyone knows what that is, Vessa. I don't know what that is either, Talon. I want to draw, too many choices, help, sounds like a call for aid to me. Ah, yes, fair enough. I don't know what your instrumental genre is. Personally, I like orchestral. Anything with, like, oh man, any like, Violet Evergarden cover would be good. Any of those songs are really good. Any Yoasobi is good. What are some other really good ones? Any instrumental from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Is this a Mystery Dungeon one? Probably not, no. No, this is Parrytoon. Anything from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is good, because it's like, it's more 8-bit, so... Sugamori, thank you very much for following, thank you. I always love hearing takes on the Mystery Dungeon ones, because they are more 8-bit, because they were on the DS, so covers of those are always really cool. Chiptune? Thank you. I don't know words. What was I saying? Yeah. So Dual Thrones, you're right. There's kind of a call for help, but we've also been chit-chatting about literally anything other than that. And once again, my page is completely blank. That's okay. I guess I probably shouldn't be starting something new because I'm just going to be drawing myself at some point anyway, and then that's gonna end up basically being like a commission slot, essentially. Why do I do this to myself? Oy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out, like... I guess I'll turn the others into really quick bakadoodles. Draw potato. What is it with you and potatoes? I swear I would think that you would live in Idaho at this point. Vessa would agree any instrumental cave from Pikmin 2 is the best. I don't believe. I don't doubt you. Potato Starlight. That's just Gladys. And that would fit Vessa more anyway. Just saying. Am I wrong? You can't get mad about that. That's very factual. That is extremely factual. There's no anti-rhyme or reason to that whatsoever. You have to admit that makes perfect sense. So offensive to robots? How is that offensive? That's just factual. If you're saying a form of a potato character, and then you say me, and I say, but you would fit it better, that's factual. Instrumental jams are Beethoven in General, All of the Plans by Gustav Holst, and Evergreen, released by a group called Two Steps. Oh, I love Two Steps from Hell. I love Two Steps from Hell so much. Oh my gosh. Big fan, Dual Thrones. I need to listen to more of their stuff. I keep listening to Star Sky way too often. Shy Miku, hello, welcome in. How's everything going? Hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh, I need to listen to more of them. They're so good. They're so good. I know, a lot of people would not think that I would be into that, but I love them. Vessa's upset a potato is usually described as a low-end machine. Well, then why does he constantly talk about them? I'm on a Mexican punk rock vibe at the moment. Interesting. Interesting. Because funny word. I mean, again, but that just goes back to, like, you know, early 2010s Hot Topic vibes. Right? I'd recommend one. I know not many would understand. That's fine. I don't know any Mexican punk rock. I keep listening to a lot of I keep listening to either a lot of Anison, orchestral, or Celtic. on a big Celtic kick. Hey, Newbie Reaper, thank you for the party poppers. Thank you. What are we celebrating? I guess we're celebrating that we've collectively gotten over 8 million stars on IRIAM as a group of founding streamers. Celtic Alchemist strikes. I still have to listen to the examples that they dropped in there. I haven't listened to them yet. I've been bad about that. I need to go back and listen to them. I feel like Celtic have a lot of anime vibes. I have a Celtic mug if you want to look at it. What is a Celtic mug? Oh, like the patterns? Like the knots? Rose, is it Rose or Rose? Rose fu? Hios de nari. I don't know that. But alright, sounds good. I don't know. I'm sorry, my pronunciation's probably horrific. There's also a cover of Evergreen done by the His Majesty's Royal Marines Band. Wow. It's super cool to see it performed by a military band. That sounds really nice. That sounds really cool. Rose left Children of No One. Ooh, interesting. I am indeed an orchestral person. Yeah, I really love orchestral. I love orchestral fantasy. I love epic orchestral. Like Hans Zimmer type stuff, you know? Hans Zimmer is really great. Did the work for Spirit, so I'm totally biased there. And I don't know, I love the powerful multi-instrument fantasy, complete escapism. I love that so much. With the handle being a natural branch and the mud south having interconnected knots and tree patterns. Ah, interesting, I see. That's really cool though, Shy Miku. Ay. Alright, I said that I wanted to draw and I haven't figured out anything, so I need to ask you guys about this stuff. What are we doing today? That's what I need to ask you guys. So I said, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, I want to draw, help, I'm stuck. Okay, so, favorite sounding orchestral sounding instrument is hurdy-gurdy, since it's violin piano cross the wheel. Dang, that sounds nice. Insanely silly name, but a violin piano cross sounds amazing. So, my main issue, I think I was talking about this last stream, right, is I made, like, a big list of all the stuff I wanted to do and all the stuff I wanted to focus on. And, like, commissions are one thing, right? I always have to focus on the commissions first. But when it comes to, like, the non-commission stuff, when it comes to the stuff that I'm doing either to be entertainment-based or to grow the brand or, like, stuff for you guys, all that kind of stuff, there's so many things and so little time, and I don't know where to put my focus. So, I know that we started doing drafting of sticker stuff, and that's, like, stuff I can probably do on stream. And then there's so many other things that enter my head, and it just keeps swirling around, and at this point, like, we've made a joke of calling it crow brain, and I just don't really know how to handle it all. So I'm curious what you guys like seeing the most, what you guys would want me to focus on the most. Not that I would necessarily, you know, take it verbatim and just go in that complete direction, but I'm kind of curious about your thoughts in general with this stuff, because there's too many ideas, there's too many shiny objects, there's too many possibilities. There's no cure for crow brain, oh. As long as the fox is on screen, I like it. Dual says, absolutely love rock and orchestral blend. In Metallica's S&M album, they did with San Francisco Philharmonic. Wow. That's really cool. Speaking from a crow myself, I agree. What Eve said, to be honest. But what if I... That's the... Wait. As long as the fox is on screen, I like it. But... I can't talk and engage as much if I'm drawing, so I have to sort of figure out, like, a good balance of things. I can't fully be, like, chit-chatty if I'm also doing drawing stuff. I keep telling you people just like you for you. I don't... Ugh. I want to see you play games more. I feel like it feels like you have more fun. I do have a lot of fun, I just... I can't justify it as easily. If I'm doing art, then I can at least, like, say that it's for something, you know? And games are harder to justify. And I'm really, really behind on making any clips. Because you guys have made clips and I just have to, like, add captions to it, and I'm definitely behind there. Should I maybe focus there? Should I focus on adding, like, clip uploads? Do 1-minute art practices based off a chat-made wheel? Nanashi, I like the idea, but I can't really do 1-minute stuff anymore. I can't really do 1-minute stuff very easily. I try to avoid doing things with hard time limits, because I end up hurting my hands too easily, unfortunately. Play the doodle game where you have to doodle to complete the platformer game? What is that, like Scribblenauts? No, it's totally okay, Nanashi, it's totally okay. You'd have no way of knowing. It's something I used to do a lot before IRIAM, and it really threw me off, so I try not to do it anymore. Which is frustrating, because it's a lot more fun to watch. It's a lot more fun to watch art challenges, and I like doing them, and it's not, like, it's not as visually entertaining to just watch, like, regular work being done, but the art challenge stuff, I think, really threw me off. I just upload I clip my clips cap at 30 seconds. Why 30 seconds? Bessa speaks the truth. We're here for you, Starlight. Whatever you do, we're all gonna be happy. You're very sweet, Dual Thrones. Thank you. I feel like I just need to have, like, more consistency with things for you guys, and there's so many different things that I could do, and I don't know where to put the focus on those things. I watch rigging streams, so agree to disagree. I mean, if you like it, that's totally fine. I have no issue with that. I have a mental feeling that it is not as entertaining for people. But if it is entertaining for you, then, like, that's good to know. Sometimes I think that those work better if you're, like, trying to learn something, right? Like, if you're trying to learn rigging, then it makes sense that you're okay with things being... I don't know. Maybe it's just my head. maybe it's just, like, my interpretation of things. I think I got kind of messed up when I started streaming, because I learned all the streaming stuff in general from people who are focused on, like, gaming stuff, right? So a lot of the stuff is like, you know, constantly be talking, constantly engage, constantly do this, constantly do that, and then I would do art streams, and it's like, well, I can't really do that while doing art streams, so then I moved over to, like, the challenge stuff, right? The art challenge, the speed paints, the crazy stuff. And I had a hard time keeping that up. And then I started playing the games, and now I'm like, oh, now I understand what people are saying with, like, you know, the engaging with chat thing, and I have a lot of fun with doing that. I'm still sort of learning the balance, because I know people said that if you're doing, like, action-y stuff, it's okay to not be 100% focused and things like that. But, yeah, I'm sort of still finding the groove. We could watch paint dry if we were talking with you during it. But that's the thing, if I'm drawing, I tend to not talk as much. It's a little harder. Just don't toss your voice, eh? Overthinking? I just like when people make things and seeing stuff come together. I have no plans to rig anything. That's fair, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I always try to, like, not take too long on any one process, but I don't know. Stuff is... I spend a lot of time working on different things, although I am developing an art style that is faster, which is nice. Proactive Camel, hello, welcome in. I see that you're fairly new to IRIAM, so welcome to IRIAM. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. My name is Starlight, and I'm a Prismatic Kitsune. Something you used to do that I don't remember you doing since the refresh and rebrand was doing things with the fox paw on the screen doing the art. The avatars in the corner being animated when you talk to us. The fox paw thing I stopped doing because it was getting visually too in the way. I heard a lot of people saying that they did not like not being able to as easily see the work I was making. So that's how it changed to the crystal point, because the crystal point still shows you where I'm working, but it's not as intrusively in the way. So that's the reason that stopped. That wasn't, that was more so because it was, like, a little bit too visually distracting. Paw turn invisible. I mean, I'm using a wand, so I can kind of display it however I need to. But it was more just, like, it was very visually distracting, and I heard a lot of other people who did similar also say that their audiences also said that it was very visually distracting. It covers up so much of the canvas. That's the issue. And yeah, I know, it's kind of confusing because you would think, well, when you're doing traditional art, it's the same situation. But I don't know. People sort of had, like, a different outlook on it, I guess. Plus, if I don't do it that way, and I'm doing, like, speed paint or something that I'm, like, that I can record and post later, then it makes it a little easier when you don't have, like, a fast-moving arm flying across the screen. I'm describing what was going on. It wasn't intended to focus on the cursor specifically. Wait, what? Sorry. Then maybe I should reread that. I don't remember you doing since refresh was doing things with the foxpaw cursor on the screen, doing the art, avatars in the corner being animated while you talk to us. I'm a little confused what you mean. The combination of drawing and talking was meant to be the point. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that an I or an L? Is that Zombly? Zombly, hello, welcome in. You should do a super tiny chibi star holding gigantic pen or wand instead. Fun and less space economy. I have seen somebody do that with bunnies, actually. Funny enough, like, you know, Stargazer parody. I've seen a really cool person who did that with a bunny holding a giant pen. I thought that was really fun. I could have, like... it could be Prism, but... that's exactly where I got the idea! It would kind of be weird if it was, like, me with Chibi Me, but it would probably work really nicely with Prism. Zombie and Lee Zombly. Ah, okay. So it is an L, okay. I couldn't tell if, like, it was a font thing, but hello, Zombly, welcome in. I imagine arm zooming at paint speed while Mario 64 race music plays. I really do like that bunny thing, but it looked really hard to do. Yes, I am self-incarnated, but it did seem kind of an intense endeavor that I don't really know how it worked. It's a cool idea, though. It's a cool idea. Don't get me wrong. I would like to have Prism on stream again someday. Prism was on stream at one point for a very, very short amount of time, and I would like to see if she would be, you know, not shy enough to come back at some point. She was fun on stream. I really enjoy having her there. Also, Zombly, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Talon says, I take pride in joy in creating the new Crowfolk PNG. Not sure what I'll be doing with it once it officially becomes PNG model. It's okay to sort of figure it out as you go, you know? I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think my issue, in terms of, like, art and stuff right now, my issue is there's, like, too many directions. Too many directions. I like Prism, I got infinite use as a mod. Fair enough. I would like her to come back someday. I think that would be fun. What are all the different things I keep thinking of? There's a bunch of, like, stuff that I want to make myself that is sort of, just personal branding stuff that I still want to redo. So, the emotes, the overlays, the alerts, all that kind of stuff. Too busy babysitting the new Crazy Bunnies. That's valid, honestly. That's extremely valid. She's got her paws full. But yeah, I think I need to make a list of things that I need to focus on when I am not doing. Zombly, thank you very much for the lollipop. Thank you, thank you. Who is Prism? Prism is the main Stargazer. Prism is the first Stargazer. She's basically like... Think of Prism as like the Mew of Stargazers. She is the original. She is the origin point. And actually, if you check my profile, then you will see a picture of Prism on the profile, or actually on the YouTube end. If you check the YouTube side, where I'm like currently streaming, and you check the visual, the Prism's right there telling you guys to join IRIAM. Person you collab with or mascot? Mascot. The first mate to Captain Starjan. There you go. Not that old of a Stargazer. No worries, no worries. No, yeah, Prism is basically my mascot, basically my friend, and essentially the first Stargazer. So she kind of watches over the rest of you guys. To varying degrees of success, but hey, that's okay. I'm so active it's easy to forget. It's all good, it's all good. But yeah, if you see like any of the thumbnails or any of the my banner on IRIAM or like the streams and everything, she's the Stargazer that's sort of explaining and talking about stuff. Zombly, thank you very much for following. Thank you, thank you. Gotcha? Thought it was a person who used to be here kind of thing. No. Nah. She is just sort of like... Prism is basically a medium for the other Stargazers. So she kind of relays any of the messages and talks to me through you guys, essentially. So there's been times where she's been on stream, and every time a Stargazer says something, she's sort of the one that says it to me, essentially. Yeah, exactly. Bring more crystal apples. Before I, or was it before? I think it was before. Before I debuted on IRIAM, there were a lot of, little events and stuff that I had, and one of them was ask anything about the Stargazers. And I did a few little quick bakadoodly, comic-y type stuff where I kind of explained a bit more, about them. And one of them was kind of explaining that she's sort of in charge of them. So if one of them is telling me to bring home more crystal apples, she's the one that kind of has to relay it. I'm taking a nap, but still gonna be on stream? Alright, Talon. I see it on the screen now? Yeah. I think of that each time we bring up Prism. Oh, poor girl. She has so much work to do. She's like... Okay, you know what the best way to describe Prism is? She is the Spike to my Twilight Sparkle. That is the best way I can describe her. And I mean that in a very loving way. But yeah, she's basically my second in command. The face of the one asking for apples was funny. I think that was the pink one, right? Yeah, I need to... I think I threw that in, like... What channel did I put that in? Probably Fox Bulletin or something dumb. I need to put, I need to put those in, like, some more dedicated type of channel. I don't know. I need to figure out how the channels are gonna work. Oh my gosh, we're at 15,000 stars. That's crazy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. I need to figure out what the best way of organizing the Stargazer channels is. The channels are always changing. They are, but hopefully they're improving. Hopefully, as they change, they're getting better. Hopefully it's a good improvement, right? I want to sort of, like, I know we're gonna I know I want to have, like, a Pokedex type channel, for Stargazers. And I don't know, I guess there should just be one that's, like, general info. So that's more of, like, a forum reference type of deal? Maybe? I don't know. Do we get numbers? I think that might be get very confusing very fast. Because, like, I don't know. It types. I haven't quite defined that yet. We keep Illusionari hidden by changing the channels so much the enemies get confused. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, a lot of half the channels are, to be fair, art-themed. So that was because of a previous direction of the server. And I don't know, I mean, there are a lot, but I have seen servers with more. Vesa can organize it. I've seen servers with more channels than this. I know that there seems to be a lot, but that's because there's a lot of different directions for art and a lot of different directions for the stuff I post, because I'm multi-medium based, you know, that doesn't help. Goblins and griffins can't understand our tactics if they're always changing. Fair enough, fair enough. I think that the main thing, though, is, like, I don't want to go too crazy with it. She wouldn't want me to organize it, I'd be way too strict. Well, now I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I think that we could probably have the Stargazers in, like, 2 channels max. Like, one for just general info or general species stuff, and then one for you guys. The changing of the channels are like lovely caterpillars changing to exotic and unique butterflies. I love that way of looking at it. Thank you, Dual Thrones. Thank you. I'm hoping that it's all for the best. I'm hoping that it's all beneficial, right? I try to make them all worth something. I try to give them purposes. So we have to make another more specific channel. I mean, look, every time I make a Discord change, and every single time I put it in Fox Bulletin, I tell you guys every single time. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, and if you have any input, you are always welcome to tell me. So if you guys have anything that you want to tell me, if you guys want to, like, give me your opinions on this stuff, I'm more than open to hearing about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just need to sort of, like, maybe make some rows here or something. I need to figure out what the focus is here. Despite all the VTuber mascots out there, the Stargazers was the first one I made a version of me for. I really appreciate that, Newbie Reaper. Thank you. I'd add a bike channel. Whoa, would that just be filled with that one GIF? Just whenever you're bored? That would just turn into, like, what was... That's basically the equivalent of the, what was it, VTuber Senpai's, like, corn channel, where they just had, like, the vegetable, and they just posted the emoji whenever they got bored. Komachi, hello, welcome in, And Heroend, hello. Nice to see you both. Hello, welcome in, happy Friday. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a spammy channel like that. No spammy channels. Eventually you'll make a Stargazer test range where we can safely vent our random aggression and bomb throwing? Eh? What? A test range? Do we... Just a pure channel of absolute chaos and destruction. Mod appreciation channel where Lillian and Vesa can duke it out. Lillian's not even a mod. Lillian's not a mod. Lillian just messes with Vesa a lot. It's called IRIAM. Oh dear. I would like to have, more things in the future where you guys can, I guess, I don't know what to call it, throw out your rage on other places too. Little cardboard starlight at the end of the range to practice aiming bombs. Oh my gosh. Hey! Hey, wait, this is not the test range! Excuse you. Ah! Hey! Puh. Suppose it's lucky the fox is bomb-proof. So far, anyways. So far. Oi. Ay, ay, ay. You guys are wild. Bomb-proof, I doubt that. We've been lucky so far, anyways. Probably helps that they have Shirasu face on them. Mod appreciation channel. Hey! Newbie Reaper, what? Are you testing things? I'm very confused right now. Thank you for the head pats, though. Thank you for the boba. Hero hand, oh my gosh. And thank you for the wave talent, hello. Oi. Just keep being you. Wait, what? Just keep being you, Starlight. It generates the aura of vulnerability? Eh? Starlight is so gaslit? Eh? What do you mean gaslit? What do you mean gaslit? I'm afraid to ask what you mean by that. Pom pom bonk and pat bonk boba. Thank you, Eve. We call the channel the Vesa Cage match. Invulnerability? Opposite of vulnerability? Eh? Wait, I need to read this again. It generates the aura of invulnerability. Ah, okay. Interesting. I meant from getting attacked and then, by the same people you don't know who to trust. Starlight Stream is basically one of those 1930s cartoons where it's a lot more violent now. Oh my gosh. TLDR, Fox has Mario's star power. I do have the rainbow at my feet, so there you go. I can way be trusted. Are we sure about that? Are we sure? Thank you, though, Hero End. You say gaslight, you start making me a little bit worried there. We trust Eve. Oh my gosh. But does it apply if you're the one saying it? I've yet to blow anything up. That is true. Dual Thrones is probably more on the Vine Fox side. Was I expecting fire? What? Eh? And Vesta, congrats on the star. See, you said it. I was quoting. I was quoting. Newbie Reaper, oh my gosh. I was quoting. There's a difference when you're quoting. If you're quoting someone, you don't necessarily believe the thing you're saying. You're quoting somebody. Quote, unquote. No, I quoted you. I quoted you. Can finally get the Whooper wallpaper now. There you go. There you go. I think I have it in a larger size now, too. I made 2 sizes for it. I've always wondered if he's divine or a fox made of vines. I think divine because Vine Fox goes by Divine Fox on other platform. So I believe it's divine. Divine has come to realize I'm in the right as of recently. Maybe that was just a moment of peer pressure, you know? Have you ever thought about that? It's the reality. I don't know what it is anymore. Don't talk to me about reality. Don't talk to me about reality, please. A distant cousin of Celestial Fox. I mean, technically you guys all have a little bit of my magic, in a way. And don't think that means what you think it means. It'd maybe be an interesting direction if Vine Fox means he had a lot of jungle plants growing, like a jungle fox. Vine Fox is more so ghostly, from what I understand. So I think it's more of the divine aspect. See? Gaslit. Oh. So we're like your kid? No. I'm gonna put a stop there. I'm gonna put a stop there. It's not like that. I don't want that kind of direction. I've had people make that kind of joke, and I don't want to have that kind of joke. If you want anything remotely close to that, then I can be a VTuber creator. But other than that, no, I don't want that direction. That has a very, very different vibe than the one that I want to portray. No, it's okay, Dual Thrones. I know that you wouldn't know that. I know that you wouldn't know. It's alright. Adopted. Tiny cousins like Katamari Damacy. Oh my gosh. That's something that would be fun to play on stream someday. Bunny sitter? Oh my goodness. Bunny Nanny McPhee? Goodness gracious. Hello, Unusual Kangaroo. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Thank you very much for following. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to not have that kind of direction because, well, you guys understand it. You guys understand the VTubing community. You can see how that goes in a certain way. So I like to keep it all more casual, more general. You guys understand that. Yeah, people be kind of... Exactly. Yeah. So I want to have it more like a species, more like a... The Katamari Damacy thing is something I'm not gonna forget. That's funny. I do want to play that on stream. I think that'd be really fun to play on stream at some point. Because I did get it. I did get Katamari for stream at some point. Mama Bunnies drop us off at 2 p.m. EST 5 times a week. And then go to Bunny Book Club where you try to stop us from waging war. Oh, goodness. Chaos incarnate. Yeah. I mean, you guys, like, there is an element of magic involved, and there is an element of camaraderie. But it's not your typical mortal, familiar relation, if that makes sense. It's more like a found family thing. That makes sense, right? It's more like a found family thing. We aren't waging war, we are winning war. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think of it more like, this doesn't sound quite right, because it's not a one-to-one. But I think about, like, that one, episode of the Pokemon anime where Ash is, like, huddled around all of his Pokemon. I don't really know how to describe it. Because, like, you guys aren't Pokemon, but, like, there is somewhat of a similarity there. I don't have experience with the community, so I don't know what the implications are, but I just, need to know you don't care for it to avoid it. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, basically, Dual Thrones, the only thing you have to, get from that is, like, you know, there are VTubers that look different, that have, you know, larger boba design and things, and then they sort of gear things in a different direction. It's not a war. I mean, yeah, that is also a type of boba. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's not a war if there's no one left on the other side to talk about it. Oh my gosh. Magic? Abracadabra? You guys do have a little bit of magic. You got- Hey! That is not magic! That is not a form of- History remembers the victor. Magic works. That is not magic. At least that's not the type I bestowed upon you. That is true. I cast spell bomb. Oh my gosh. That is not a magic I bestowed upon you. If you guys have that magic, I don't know where you got it from. It certainly wasn't here. I think IRIAM has some sort of weird energy. The magic of ingenuity. I think IRIAM creates some sort of strange energy that I do not have control over. Because I didn't teach you guys that, that's for sure. You guys are more explodey than an electrode. Oy. Alright. My head is going all different types of places right now. He merely gave us the tools and a reason to protect. Oh dear. Oh my gosh. Well, we don't really need to have any form of protecting at this time. We are but the arms and will of your creation. It's more so, like, you guys exist to try to discover, like, you know, your purposes, your happiness, your creativity and things. And the way that you look is just sort of a reflection of that. I mean, previously, it was all like, you know, basic, nondescript, blank canvas lunar bunnies. And your form as stargazers is sort of a focus in realizing, like, what you want to do and what you're passionate about. Which, based on some of your designs, I have a slight amount of concern for, but that's okay. Yeah, I need to find a better place for you guys to understand more of the Stargazer aspects of things, I think. Because I can keep talking to you guys on various streams randomly, but it doesn't really help if there's nowhere to gather it all, right? I have all the info in, like, pinned messages. That's not very useful. My design is very friendly looking. I am passionate about things. Things and stuff. Stuff and things. I mean, you guys are all very cuddly. You guys all definitely have some cuddly aspect. But yeah, I think I need to, like... I need to figure out what... where the focus needs to be when I'm not doing the commission stuff. So... I guess this is more like the for fun type of stuff, quote unquote, right? So I don't know, would you guys want me to focus on, like, clip stuff for the moment? I know I keep asking you because I don't know where to put time. Even in bunny form, still have a lot of mischief that came from Tengu form. I would not doubt if there's an overlap. Cuddly is an evolved trait. It lures them in. That sounds a little bit devious. Fun fact, inside my server 7 days ago, I was gonna undermine the building that everyone was camping in. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Isn't that one of those games where you have to put in, like, a lot of time, effort, and energy? Like, actual, like, real-time stuff? Isn't that, like, one of those... From what I understand, I think that's one of those games where you have to put in, like, a lot of actual real-time effort. That's why you get kicked out of game servers. Yeah, I was gonna say. I have the patience to undermine a building in a game, just to let you know. I don't really think it's a matter of patience. I think that that's, like, how you lose friends. If I'm being really, really flat, I think that's how you end up losing friends. Is, destroying people's hard work. Because isn't that one of those games that takes, like, a lot of real-time hard work, from what I understand? I don't think that that would be a good thing to do. I feel like that's the equivalent of, like, destroying somebody's work in Minecraft, and that's, like, not something to mess with, from what I understand. I said I was about to do it, decided not, because it would be super mean. Let him do it now. Jeez. I personally advise against it, but I can't stop anyone from doing anything that is unwise. Vessel the Gaslighter. Oy. I don't know. I haven't played any of those things that take, like, a very, very long time to build up, specifically because I find them very intimidating. I find it intimidating to do that kind of stuff that has a lot of building involved, right? Vessel the Accelerationist. Oh, dear. Oh, jeez. I don't know. Like, I have not, been able to play any of those types of games in a long time. I think the lore aspect is a good focus if you're asking about focus. That really brings up the unique aspects of VTubing. That's a really good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, let me write this down. I think I'm gonna write Stargazers, clips. Just because, I mean, if the clips keep piling, that's not good if they're not anywhere for most people to see. So, yeah, I think Stargazers, clips, and, I need to get back into doing pre-made stuff when I'm not doing commissions, which does take up some time, but I'm thinking of doing more pre-mades for, like, download stuff, merch sale stuff, because the pre-mades that I currently sell are holiday themed, and they don't really sell when it's not during the holiday. They sell great when it's during the holiday, but in those quiet times when it's not during a holiday, it's kind of like I don't really have many other things. So I feel like generic pre-made stuff would be good. And I think that's kind of why I got myself making my own emotes, is because emotes seem like a good way to do it. Crotangu, instinct to collect shiny things and to cause mischief could backfire. I'd be careful. Yeah, I'd definitely be careful. Seem to have a lot of fun when you talk about story stuff involving yourself and the Stargazers, because you guys are fun. You guys are fun, and I like... Well, first of all, it helps to give you guys context. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think there's definitely there's definitely a plus to that. It's just there's so many ways to do it, so many things to do with it. So many directions. Like, I really want to get to the point, at some point, like, this is not something I could probably do just necessarily soonish, but I would love to do, like, you know, stupid little animations and stuff like that. You talk about clips a lot. I think you should focus on those since they're the top of the brain and bothering you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is why I really enjoy, like, getting your feedback on things. It really, really helps. And I apologize if it's annoying, but I really do value your feedback on these kind of things. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I guess that's just been on my head, because I know that there's sort of, like, going to be piling up. Give it a shot to get it off the front burner. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think with the Stargazer stuff, I don't want to make anything necessarily new at the moment, but I think I just need to gather. I think I just need to better gather what we have. I think that would help. And then clips, I think would be a good thing to focus on. Get a template figured out so that those can go faster. And let's see. IRIAM allows us to run wild, lots of RP without Stargazers, which makes us think about them. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very, very, very true. It kind of accelerates things, doesn't it? IRIAM sort of accelerates things because it's not really a gaming or art-based platform. It's where we're mainly all chit-chatting. So things accelerate a lot faster. Once again, I think it's my fault. No, it's totally fine. It's actually really good because, well, sometimes I'm not really sure what to talk about. So, when we can talk about this thing, it's really good. It's really helpful, actually. Let's see here. So, yeah. I think gather existing information. I'm accelerant. I think gather existing info is good. Template for the clip would be good. Cherry Cub, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I got my regular commissions, which basically always take precedence over everything else. And I'll just put like a big giant star there. And then, I guess for the moment, I think I'll focus on, like, pre-made stuff, just because, you know, that's just more of, like, a reality type of deal. That's more of, that's, like, work stuff. Work stuff when I can't do commission stuff, you know? So maybe I'll just write pre-mades for the moment. I think the main thing is that, like, eventually, what I would love is for most of the things that I make to be Stargazer-based. But until that happens, I think I have to go more generically, just to sort of, you know, focus on the basics, if that makes sense. But I would like to gradually get to the point where most of the stuff I'm doing is Stargazer themed. Because I've told you guys this before, right? Like, yes, you are the community. Stargazers do represent the community. But I also want them to just be, like, a general fun thing that sort of stands out from your standard rabbit or cat or puppy designs, right? Because I think that there's a lot that Stargazers could do as a whole. But because it's such a niche concept at the moment, maybe I need to go generic for now. Focus on more things that are immediately community-based. So, more info for you guys, or clips or things, or commission. And then maybe slowly and gradually be able to bring Stargazers to the forefront. What do you guys think about that? Does that kind of make sense? I think that's probably enough to focus on at the moment. That's already 4 major things, major directions. Maybe I'll try doing a little bit of that, and then if that doesn't work, if that's too overwhelming, then I can always switch things up, and I can always try a different direction. Sounds like a good outline plan, a good roadmap. That's good. I think you should work on clearing what's on the plate first. That's the thing, like, there's never going to fully be a clear plate. But that's okay. Speaking of what's currently on the plate, though, next art stream on Tuesday is most likely going to be entirely Bakadoodle focused, of a certain Bakadoodle. I think that's going to be the entire stream, is essentially live Bakadoodle work. Yeah, I'm gonna be overwhelmed in general. That's just sort of the nature of being freelance. But talking about it with you guys is really, really useful. And again, I apologize if it's sort of annoying and stuff, but it really does help to chit-chat with you guys about it. I miss Bakadoodles. We're getting back to the Bakadoodles, and we're going to attempt to do them live. And the only reason that I can do them live is because I'm drawing animal instead of people, aside from myself. But I can draw Stargazers in Bakadoodle form. This is something I'm gonna be able to do, so I'm excited to do that live. I don't think I've ever done a live Bakadoodle, have I? Have I ever done a live Bakadoodle? I mean, I advertise on VGen that you're allowed to have a stream dedicated to your Bakadoodle, but now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever done one live. I think it's the best way to do Stargazers? What do you mean? GT Pro, hello, welcome in, welcome in. What do you mean the best way to do it? As Bakadoodles? You did mine while you were on stream hiatus. Yeah, true. Vine Fox, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Lovely to see you guys. Hello. Happy Friday to you all. Yeah, I did do yours when it was stream hiatus, but I kind of needed to because yours were definitely on the more intense side. Yours were on the high end of the Bakadoodle spectrum. I'm kind of curious what you mean when you say, like... Hang on. The best way to do Stargazers as Bakadoodles. I'm kind of curious what you mean. Not super detailed. Like, aside from your piece, what do you mean in the general sense for that? It makes them more funny and derpy. No, it's all good. It's all good, Vessa. It's just that the game Elden Ring is just very detailed, that's all. Looking at more at other Bakadoodles? I'm curious what you mean, though, in terms of, like, that would be a good way to continue Stargazers. How to explain? Yeah, I'm curious. Do you mean, like, making more, like, little Bakadoodly comic-y type stuff in general? In general. Okay. Yeah, maybe. If I could find a way to, like, combine that with silly clips, that would be really fun. I'd like to do that. Have you guys, like... You know those clips, of, like, Hololive girls where it's just, like, it's not super heavily animated, but it's just, like, little images depicting, like, little moments from streams and things? I would love to do stuff like that someday. I think that'd be really fun. I've talked about that with some other people before. I've talked about that with, somebody who's, like, more on the voice acting side, and I'm like, yeah, in general, like, I just really like that style. Build a collection of them? Interesting. That'll be fun. My perfectionism would get in the way, and if you say collection, I'd want to make it all clean and polished. Or just get better at it, maybe? Be able to draw it faster. What if you make a Bakadoodle of general Stargazer nonsense for every X amount of points donated on IRIAM? Oh dear. See, it's a great idea. The problem is, every time you say for X amount of blank, it always ends up being more than you can chew. I want to get into voice acting, but I hate hearing my own voice. Oh, I understand that, GT Pro. I think it's something that you do get used to over time. Especially when you hear yourself in a recording, it doesn't sound the same way as when you hear yourself talking. But it is something that you do eventually get used to, and I know it sounds really irritating, but I think it's very common, like with streamers, you're going to hate your own voice hearing it back in a recording, and you just have to slowly power through the pain, essentially. It is something you eventually get used to. And there's this one guy that I mod for, kind of like my mentor in a way, and he has a really, really great sounding voice, but he despises his voice. And I never understand it, but it's one of those things where it's like, you just have trouble liking your own voice, essentially. $50 worth of points or 75. I don't even know how I would keep up. I don't even know how to keep that up, though. Yeah, you eventually get used to it. It does take time. It does take time. Talon says, personally, I don't like using my voice. I'm still trying to figure out what to create. A medium I could use for the Crow Tengu VTuber. Talon, you also say that you don't like your voice a lot, but you also haven't, like... I mean, yeah, no, you've made a decent amount of content. I can listen to my own voice when editing, but I hate hearing it in my own videos. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of the opposite, maybe? Like, I don't like hearing it in editing, but I'm okay hearing it in videos. Probably because in videos, it just goes faster, but in editing, you have to hear yourself over and over and over and over. It is something that you do if you want to, like, do content creation, though. Like, I don't want to say, oh, just get over it. Because I'm basically trying to say that we all can relate. We can all understand, like, the pain that involves. But it is sort of a matter of having to power through it, as annoying as it is, as painful as it is. You do eventually get more used to it over time. It just doesn't feel like you ever will. Vessa, oh my gosh. To get used to it, it's good to do vocal exercises with playback from a digital soundboard. I would never know how to do that. Also, that sounds like a really painful way to get through it. A virtual soundboard. It's weird how I don't like my own voice. People say I have a nice voice, I should do voice acting, although it's a positive sign, I still don't really enjoy the process. It's hard to enjoy the process, you just have to do it a lot. Wouldn't you be able to edit the voice sound if you wanted? Like in post-processing? I guess? I don't really, like... You could, but, it's hard to keep up with if you do stuff like that. Right? Like, you could never do it live if it's different than in post. And it just sort of gets very confusing. Audio mixer? I don't know enough about that. I don't really know enough about that stuff, honestly. I'm a very plug-and-play streamer. I'm very much like, does it connect via USB? Does it turn on? Does it work? Great, we're good to go. I don't really know a lot of the ins and outs and things. I did just learn Audacity as a program. I used Audacity like once or twice. At least your voice probably doesn't sound like you're trying to sound annoying and nasally. Yeah, that's true. No, Talon, I really think that it's a matter of just, like, burning through it again, like I was saying. And I think with your thing, I know I've mentioned this before. If it don't use USB, it ain't for me. Yeah, honestly, I like things that are simple. I know that you've talked before about, like, with scary stories, right, Talon? I know that I've talked about you with I know I've talked with you about this because I hear it every time I watch my VTuber branding video. That when you're doing the scary story, you have to, like, really, really act it out. You have to really change your tone. You have to really, like, go really soft and then, like, crazy emphasis or stuff like that. But if you're doing things a lot, more delicate, then you have to be more, what's the word? You have to be more nuanced with things. And it's tricky. It's hard. It's definitely hard to do that kind of stuff. But it's stuff that, you know, if you practice, you're gonna get better at it. If you practice, you're gonna get more used to it. And you can always, like, watch, videos of people who have, like, you know, training type of stuff for that. I personally like having more of, like an energy to things, especially on stream. And I guess that's sort of, like, my desire to wish that I could play something like Dungeons & Dragons. I don't know. But, I don't know. It's something you just have to slowly get used to, as hard as it is to hear that stuff. I'm still working through it, too. I'm not perfect. There's a lot of times I cringe at my own voice, too. Trust me. Trust me on this one. But yeah, I think it's just, it's a matter of time, you know? It's like a very minor, less intense version of time heals all wounds, right? Time just makes things easier over time. I have a comfy voice. I never know how to take that, because, like, I never know how to take that, because I never think that the stuff I'm talking about is very comfy, you know? I've had people say that they can, like, fall asleep to my voice, and I'm like, as I'm being battered? Totally hypothetical, but would you cringe at wearing a jacket? Fessa! That alone should be proof that I don't like my voice. Thank you for the heart, Vesta. Oh my gosh. Easiest thing, my voice is finding what you like to do that way. It's the most natural. Easiest thing, the voice is finding what you like to do that way. Yeah, I agree. Being very natural with it. I've said it before, it feels like you have reliable big sister vibes. I'm glad that you think so. I mean, that's a very nice thing to say, so I do appreciate it. But I'm always confused when people say that it's, like, cozy. And I know people have said that they've fallen asleep. And I I find it amusing because, I don't know, I always feel like the energy is very high when I'm the one on the stream, but I know it's not the same for the viewer. I don't know, maybe if that changed, it would have to be dialed up to 11 or something that I just do not have the energy for. It's high energy for me, yeah. This is why I can't stream, like, hugely long hours, probably, is because I always try to keep, like, high energy for what I'm able to do. Cozy voice doesn't mean you have to play boring games or turn the volume down. No, wait. It just means your voice isn't annoying? That's always a good thing to hear. That sounds like it would be a positive. I don't know, I just think that the word cozy is a funny way of describing it. Voice has chill, low, monotone voice energy. I think it's tricky because, like, Talon, I think for you, your voice that you have doesn't match the typical type of content that people, expect from your niche, if that makes sense. Just surprise everyone one day, Star, getting a speedy voice. What's up, Stargazers? Let's get art started. The Mr. Beast effect, the Mr. Beast approach. What do you mean by that? I mean, like, how do I explain that? I think that when I hear, and to be fair, you know, I could be very wrong. I don't think that I listen to a lot of horror-based things. But when I hear a lot of horror-based things, from my understanding, there's a lot of range in the voice, because the voice has to carry a lot of the emotion. From what I understand. And I could be very wrong. Like I said, I haven't listened to a lot of spooky horror things. But when I do hear that kind of stuff, there are parts that do feel a little bit monotone, and then there are parts that get, like, more intense or less intense as the story changes. And I think that's sort of maybe the part that you would want to focus on, is that change in intensity. I don't even think it has to be that different from how you normally speak. I think it's more of just the added effect of changing the vibe. Because when the vibe is consistent, then if it's the same vibe and the same voice, then it's going to kind of have a... what do you call it? It flows too well, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing this right. But from what I understand, like, if it's something horror-based, you want things to keep feeling uneasy, right? You want things to keep feeling like you don't really, you're not really sure what's coming next. You can't really predict things. If I think about music, right? There's a lot of horror-based music, and it's just a very unnerving feeling that you're never quite satisfied in how it feels. And I think that that's actually a benefit to horror content. Yeah, the mystery of the suspense, exactly. You don't sound sultry or flirty, but you aren't loud and squeaky or annoying. You have girl next door, normal and pleasant voice. Okay, then. Alright, that's fair, I suppose. Yeah, I couldn't imagine having, like, a very, very intense, like, almost stereotypic-y, cartoony vibe. I don't know. That's why I don't fit any standard VTuber tropes, you know? That's why I don't really fit any of the, one direction or the other. So I guess I understand what you're saying. But yeah, I think that when it comes to, like, horror narration, it's just very much based on, like, constantly keeping you on edge. I think that's a main aspect of it. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't really do, horror-based content. I don't really consume horror-based content, so I could be very wrong. I could be very, very wrong about that. In shorthand, people say cozy voice, but don't let that description try to direct your content. One doesn't depend on the other. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like it kind of does change, like, perception in people's head, though, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but do people kind of, like, assume that one way, I don't know. Like, I don't really hear a Mr. Beast voice when I think of a game like Animal Crossing. Frenny, hello! Welcome in, welcome in! I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday! Likewise, I don't really picture, like, soft-spoken, melodic, if you're playing something like, I don't know, Tears of the Kingdom. You can be calm voice and do 360 no-scope kills in Call of Duty? What? Also, Frenny, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. And thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well today. I'm picturing a calm voiced, like, crazy crazy Call of Duty player now. I'm doing amazing now. I love this app. I'm really glad to hear that. I see that you're fairly new to the app, so I'm glad that you're enjoying it so far. Also, hello, Greed. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm really glad to hear that. That makes me happy. It's fun. I wonder how many stars we have collectively now. There's currently an event going on where people are tapping stars because we collectively are working on a bunch of different Shirasu-based gifts, I think. And, what is it now? I think we have over 8 million stars collectively among all the founding streamers. Over 8 million. That's wild to me. That's wild, but that's really cool still. You play games with me? Don't I usually sound really calm despite what we're doing? True. You make a good point. You make a good point. I'm starting to have you as my most top favorite streamer now. I appreciate that, Frenny. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I mean, we just met, so I'm glad that I'm making a good impression, I suppose. But yeah, oh my gosh, we've talked about many, many different things today. Oh, it's been a wild day. It's been a wild day. But I think I really appreciate you guys, like, sort of talking through about the kind of things that you want me to focus on. I think that's been very helpful. And thank you for the purple ghost stick, Frenny. Thank you. Hopefully you can find the perfect niche for me, where it doesn't require me to use my voice, but could still use a VTuber. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think where that would work. Because I know that we do have mute VTubers. I know that's a thing. You know, well, okay, the thing is I only really know it in the sense of live streams, right? TTS? Yeah, there's, yeah, I was gonna say, there's TTS, and then a lot of times, I know that there's some, like, art streamers. A lot of art streamers have mic off, and they'll just chat in, like, the Twitch chat or something. With sign language? It might be a little hard to do that as a PNG. You would need a lot of PNGs to do that, and I don't really know how you would configure it. But outside of PNG, yeah, like Eve said, TTS, and then, like, there's text typing in chat. There's been times where I have, not had, like, a mic off stream. I don't do it very often because it feels awkward to me. I have not gotten used to doing it, but there were times where I would either talk in chat or I would write what I was thinking, like, on the canvas. Talent should communicate slowly through bird squawks. Oh my gosh. You know, that's actually something that I do want to touch on, because I do want to start doing that again as well. I feel like a good way that would force me to get stuff done, like after hour stuff, would be if I did more, not like Twitch and YouTube streaming, but just like casual, quiet, not necessarily talking, art video Discord stuff. How would I describe that? Basically just like, I'm not chit-chatting, you don't have to chit-chat, but if you want to see what I'm working on, then the video is open. Yeah, like join and watch stuff. And it would probably just be instrumental, because if I just have it going, if I just have it running, then I will be less distracted and not And not, like, you know, getting caught into doom scrolling on Twitter or something when I need to be drawing. So I do want to start doing more of that. I keep saying I want to do more of that, but I haven't done it. But I do want to get myself to do more of, like, guerrilla, random Discord, pop in and see what I'm doing type of stuff. And I wouldn't be chatting, but if I need to say anything, I'll just write it on the canvas. Not been active, needs to take a family member to urgent care, taking early leave from work. Yeah, no worries, C-Hero. Do what you need to do. You don't have to explain yourself. Trust me. We want the best for you, so you don't need to explain yourself. Take care of what you need to do. And talk normal at the end of a few sentences, caw. Every time you try that, something happens and we always end up talking a lot. I know, right? Like, you're right. Don't really know how to do that. What if I did something similar to video game where I just speak and then it just comes through as a text box? I'm sure there's an OBS widget for it, and as text box progresses, it makes funny sounds like Animal Crossing. I'm trying to think. I know that people have done the Animal Crossing thing. Speech to text to TTS, yeah. And then you just have to have the visual. Does Senpai have a video on that? I'm trying to think now. Does VTuber Senpai have a video on it? Because I think he has a video. He made he made a video recently on doing the text on OBS, the visual part, right? And I think he did a TTS style for it. I'm pretty sure it's one of his most recent videos. I'm pretty sure. And then you could just I don't think I would know how to... You know what you could probably do? Is you could set it up the way he has it in the video. And then when it comes to, like, sending out the video itself, sending out the stream, then you just change the audio output to something different, like your music or something. And, like, have your audio output separated so that your mic audio doesn't go out into the stream. And then you would still have the text on the screen. In terms of adding the Animal Crossing sound effect, I'm not entirely sure. But I do know he did a tutorial for the text on screen thing. I know that's a thing. Yeah, it's the captions plugin. Exactly. Thank you, Eve. So, captions plugin, and then just, like, disconnect your mic audio. Because if you use, like, an audio splitting plugin, my gosh, we keep saying plugin. This is why Meld is gonna succeed so much. But, yeah, you could disconnect everything and then just have the visual there. Shady Lady? I don't know who that is. I'm not sure who that is. Alright. We've been going for about 2 hours or so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you've not yet joined the Discord, I would love to see you in the Discord. Easiest way to get that is if you go to my YouTube channel from my IRIAM page. If you go to my profile, consider following if you haven't. You can get to my YouTube, and then there should be a link in the About page to the Discord. And we're currently on the last day of submitting contest entries, and then we're going to be going over those entries for, contest entries, I'm just saying it flat. Cosplay entries. And we'll be going over those tomorrow, and I will end up, narrowing it down, and then eventually picking a cosplay that I have to draw myself in. So that will be very, very interesting. But yeah, I would love to see you in the Discord, and then tomorrow, I'm gonna be on the Twitch and YouTube side, so, you know, definitely consider following there if you haven't. I'd love to see you there. This should be a very amusing stream. I am going in completely blind, I have no idea what to expect, so that'll be a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys in the Discord, and maybe next week I will try to do a bit of art guerrilla streaming. We'll have to see. But with all that said, also Beast Hunter, hello, welcome in. I'm about to run out, but I hope you have a lovely rest of your Friday. And to all the other stargazers, wherever you may be in the world or the worlds beyond, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, evening, or night, and also have a good weekend yourself. And well, thank you so much, and all the best.